Can we produce a new all-time high? Is this a bottom of this extremely strong pullback? Is this the bottom of this 71.5% downside correction? As we can see, price is moving within the wedge pattern, ascending wedge, and we did test and bounced off the bottom of this wedge, while at the same time there was the break above the resistance trend line. Clearly a long-term strong bullish sign for Monero on the weekly chart. And today we will look at the price potential in the medium and long term. Can the Monero actually drop further down, or will it go up? So get your drink and let's get started. Now time to move back to Monero against the dollar. Not many traders actually analyze the monthly chart, but sometimes it presents a very interesting information. Like right there, we have a cup and handle pattern, simply because it looks like a teacup. So while we are forming the handle of this pattern, if we will have the break above this high with a weekly break and close above $520 area, this might result in a massive rally similar to these ones. The rally back in 2016 resulted in 14,000% growth. But if we take the current potential, this is only 600% growth, which obviously implies that the price can get much higher. So 1000 is the nearest key psychological level for Monero. While we keep that pattern in mind, let's move to the lower time frame, which is the weekly chart. So we already spoke about this wedge pattern and the break above the wedge. At the same time, we had the bounce of the bottom of the wedge, which is very important. And we also had the bounce of the previous resistance, which clearly became the support, which was respected 3 times in a row. On the other hand, what we had is the bounce of the simple moving average. There was the clear rejection of the MA. So this goes to show that right now we are stuck between the support at $180 and resistance at $286. Now this resistance corresponds to the previous resistance produced back in February 2021. It also corresponds to the area where the price bounced off the moving average, and it also corresponds to the 78.6% FIBs based on this last wave down. So all in all, as long as we hold above this support, especially the weekly close, Monero can easily retest this resistance, which will correspond to the 12-period simple moving average. So while there is this potential for the upside growth, price might also break below, which at this point seems like an unlikely scenario. But if that will be the case, we might be retesting previously made support resistance area near $135. However, if price moves up and breaks above this area, there can be the beginning of a new strong upside wave, which might last actually for weeks or months. Moving to the daily chart, we have an average price uptrend trend line. And the most interesting part here is that it has been respected. There hasn't been a daily close below the trend line, which makes it a key support area. Why the key support area? Not only because the bounce of the average price trend line, but also we had the bounce of this area of resistance, and now it is clearly the support area. And finally, we had a clean rejection of the 241.4% FIBs, which is based on the Fibonacci channel applied to this last wave up. So after this massive drop, we found the support on the 60% decline, which is quite substantial. And right now we are bouncing off the support area where the buyers and sellers are fighting. Right now, buyers are clearly winning this fight, but only if there will be the break below $180, we might be seeing the decline towards the 78.6 FIBs at $150. $30, which also corresponds to this previous resistance area. Now moving on to the 8-hour chart, we have another average price downtrend trend line this time, and yet again what we see is the rejection of the trend line. Then we had the formation of this double bottom near $180, clearly a very important support level for the Monero. On the other hand, we have this minor resistance formed here, which has been respected 3 times in a row. So the break above this area near $227 should be inviting buyers to push the price higher towards the 78.6% FIBs, which also corresponds to the previous resistance area. But if there will be the break above this area, then we might be seeing actually the beginning of the next strong wave up. On the 4-hour chart, what we can easily spot is the formation of the triangle pattern. We have the support uptrend trend line, it has been respected. On the other hand, we have the resistance near $220, which has been respected as well. Based on the Fibonacci levels applied to this wave, we had the bounce of the 61.8 Fibonacci area at $200, very important, also a psychological level. Then we had the bounce of the 50% Fibs, and we nearly bounced off the 38.2% Fibs. I guess you can see the tendency. These bounces definitely show that the buyers are in control right now, in complete control, even though price is range trading and stuck within the triangle. The probability remains in favor of the breakout, and obviously buyers will be patiently waiting to see this break above the $220 area. The first alert that the price might decline is obviously break below the support, break below the trend line. Then the selling pressure will increase obviously and can push price either towards this bottom or even towards the bottom produced back on the June 22nd near $180. So finally, if we look at the Monero against the Bitcoin, this is the weekly chart, and clearly price is trending down, and clearly price is trading within the descending channel. But what we also can spot is this support area where we had a bounce previously and yet another support which acting as the support yet again. Can it be an inverse head and shoulders reversal pattern? Obviously it can, but for this we need to take out a 9,200 Satoshis resistance, which means that the right shoulder is broken along with the channel, and this can easily be the beginning of a long-term uptrend for the Monero against the Bitcoin. The perfect scenario for the altcoin season to last is when the Bitcoin is rising and the Bitcoin dominance is dropping. We will continue to monitor all the altcoins, Bitcoin dominance as well as the Bitcoin, and as usual we'll be sharing this information in our Telegram channel. And that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to take it easy and smooth, and see you all next time.